Today, January 12, 2014, Tuesday. Here for the yogis at TMC Center. Today, Sayadaw would like to talk about Tathagata for each and every yogi. Tathagata, Pali word, is combined of the two words, Chatu and Araka. Chatu means four, Araka means guardian. So Chatu Araka means four guardians meditation. So why we need to develop these four guardians meditation? We here yogis are not actually ordinary people. Yogis are someone special who have accumulated parami or perfections in their previous life in the round of samsara. So the yogis are kind of the sons and daughters of the Buddha, and at least they try their best to please the Buddha as his sons and daughter. So it's not like ordinary people. They are someone's special. In the daily life, in the ordinary world, the ordinary people, they don't need to worry about their security because they are just ordinary people. But the important people, like the president and ministers, they are important. They are not someone ordinary, they are special, so they need the tight security and bodyguards and guardians, something like this. So here yogis are not ordinary people, they are special people who have accumulated parami life after life. So they may have kind of the obstacles, so they need guardian, they need protections. This is the purpose why we yogi have to develop, why we are recommended to develop these four guardians meditation. So for the yogis to get free from any kinds of the dangers and problem or any kinds of the obstacle, so yogi are recommended to develop the recollection of the Buddha's qualities. In Pali, Buddha Nusati. There are many different ways of the developing recollection of the Buddha's qualities. So, Sayadaw recommend we may develop the first quality of the Buddha. We may recollect the first qualities of the Buddha. That is Arahant. So or other kinds of qualities also we can recite and develop recollection of the Buddha's quality. So Arahant is a Pali word. Its meaning is no mental defilements in the Buddha's heart and Buddha's mind. There's no greed or lust, no anger or hatred, or no delusion or illusion, and no any other kinds of negative or unwholesome mental state in the Buddha's heart. So Buddha is really purified or any kinds of mental defilements. That's why the Buddha is honored as Arahant. No mental defilements in his heart. So that's the reason why the Buddha is worthy of the respect by all living beings, human monarch or divine monarch or anybody on earth, because he is really the most purified of the mental defilement on earth. So the keeping this quality in our mind, we can recite, we do chanting mentally, Araham, Araham, Araham. So the Buddha who is totally purified all the mental defilements. And that's one way. So another way is you may develop by mentally reciting Namo Tassa, as you usually Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa, something like this. This formula, Pali sentence, include the signifies the four qualities of the Buddha. First of all, Arahant, Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato. So Arahant, so the Buddha who is free from all mental defilements. And Sama Sambuddhassa, that's the second qualities of the Buddha. That means the Buddha, the one who is fully self-enlightened. And Bhagavato, that means the Buddha was exhausted or the bestowed or the gifted with the several kinds of the supernatural power. That's in Pali we call Bhagava. And then Tassa is Tati Guna, is a special kind of the Buddha's qualities. Buddha's mind is always stable and calm and peaceful, never agitated, never affected by any kinds of the ups and downs of life or pleasant or unpleasant objects. That's a quality we call Tati Guna. So that stands for Tassa. So Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. This the formula or the Pali stand for the four qualities of the Buddha. So you may recite this Namo Tassa Pali passage and develop the recollection of the Buddha's qualities. And you may pay homage to the Buddha in the mind by reciting Namo Tassa. So by recollecting qualities of the Buddha, we can feel inspired to become purifying all the mental defilements, and we are also safe and protective from any kinds of possible danger or disaster or any kind of obstacle during our meditation retreat. So if we were enough parami or perfections, we may become fully enlightened during this retreat. Otherwise, at least we can fulfill or we can accumulate parami. And one day, the parami we develop during this retreat may become mature enough to become fully enlightened, or before we become fully enlightened, when we are going around the samsara, the cycle of birth and death, in the human realm or Deva realm or Deva plane. So we won't be affected by any kinds of dangers or disaster. And then when our parami or perfections become mature enough, and then we may meet one of the Buddhas in this universe, and then we get great opportunity to listen to the Dhamma given by the Buddha, Dhamma talk given by the Buddha. So we may become fully enlightened on that very spot. Even during the one stanzas of Dhamma, Dhamma talk, we can become fully enlightened Arhat. So these are benefits we can gain from the meditation or the recollection of the Buddha's qualities. This is the first Guardian meditation. So there are many benefits we can gain from the recollection of the Buddha's qualities. But now time is limited, so if the conditions are favorable, Sayadaw may continue about the benefits of the recollections of the Buddha qualities. Now, the second guardian meditation. It is Metta Bhavana, loving kindness meditation. So we have to develop loving kindness toward all living beings mentally. May all living beings be well, happy, and peaceful. Sometimes we may recite it verbally. So in this way, we can develop the metta, loving kindness, toward all living beings or any individual, verbally or mentally. We call Vajikama metta or Manokama metta. And then also physically or bodily also, we should develop metta. We should show the gentle behavior, gentle treat to others physically. So here yogi practicing many yogi together. So we have to develop loving kindness to one another, to each other. And we have to be considerate, we have to be helpful and supportive to each other physically. That's what we call bodily metta, bodily loving kindness. So we should be careful out of compassion and loving kindness to care about others or not to disturb other yogis. That's how we show our love, our loving kindness toward our fellow meditators. So today, our world is really hopeful just because people lack loving kindness. Many people have no pure love, no loving kindness. So to live together in peace and harmony, we all definitely need the loving kindness toward each other and one another. So by developing metta, loving kindness, by sending our pure love to all living beings or individual people, and we can gain many benefits. First of all, we feel happy and our mind becomes serene and peaceful. And we are loved by the people and by visible people or invisible people, invisible beings. Or we are protected by invisible beings like spirits or the devas. And if we can develop metta to satisfactory level, and we can even reborn after death to the Brahma realm, Brahma plane, very superior plane. And also, more importantly, by developing metta, we can keep our mind calm and peaceful, and we can practice vipassana meditation, peacefulness with happiness and peacefulness and successfully. So that's why Sayadaw recommends all of us to develop metta just maybe a few minutes before we start every sitting. So only when we see Four Noble Truths, the truth of suffering, the truth of the cause of suffering, can we become Sotapanna, street winner, or we can attain the first stage of enlightenment. And only then can we be surely free from woeful rebirth in the round of the birth and death, samsara. So it is very important to attain at least the first stage of enlightenment, Sotapatti Magga. So Buddha Nusati, recollection of the Buddha's qualities, and then metta, loving kindness, they are very supportive and helpful to the vipassana meditation that lead us that bring us to Sotapatti Magga. So when we go around the samsara, torturous cycle of birth and death, and if we have ever developed metta, we won't be reborn and the woeful states. So it is very important to develop metta, loving kindness. And now the Tathagata meditation is Asubha Bhavana. There are 10 kinds of Asubha Bhavana. The contemplation on form and filthy nature of the body. So Asubha Bhavana. So here we may focus on our body, especially on the skeleton and bones. And so this body is composed, built up with the skeletons and bones. They are all foul and filthy. So we are all nothing but bones, which are all foul and filthy. So we should recollect this kind of disgusting facts of the body. And it is also, of course, quite difficult to see the disgustingness or the body, but you may experience you may ever see a corpse rotting in the cemetery or something like this, or you may ever experience the rotten dead body, and we are also living, but all are the same. Our body, in the end, we turn in rotten, foul, and filthy state, like the dead body or the corpse. So, by focusing on this fact, we should develop the Asubha Bhavana, or this body is foul and filthy, And we have more than 300 pieces of bones, and sinews, and the flesh, and skin. So bones are like the framework, and then there are flesh tied with the sinew to the bone, and they are all foul and filthy. And there are 32 anatomical parts. Each and every part are foul and filthy. So we should divide it mentally in our mind's eyes. 32 anatomical parts, and the hair, body hair, and so on. And there is no man or women, or no I or you. They are all the physical body parts. They are all foul and filthy. So we have to divide our body to 32 pieces in our mind's eye, and we see our body through the eyes of the wisdom eyes. Then we can see there is nothing pleasant in our body. There is nothing desirable in our body. There is no I or mind or man or women. These are all body parts, or foul and filthy body parts. So by contemplating this true fact of our body, we can reduce lust and hatred and mental defilements. So here, meditator, you are developing mindfulness. From time to time, you may experience the appearance of love, lust, sensual or sexual desire, and then, according to the Satipatthana meditation, we have to be mindful. We have to make note of them as they really are, like the lustful, or desire. That's how we overcome lust or desire or greed. That's what we call mindfulness or mind, or awareness of mind, called Citta-nupassana. So in this case, the lust or greed are not something obstacle They are just the meditative object for us to observe. But some meditators, they blame themselves for that kind of the unwholesome. Actually, they should understand these unwholesome mental states are themselves are actually object for us to observe. So we just know them as they really are. We just make note of them mentally, like the desire, or lustful, and so on. But sometimes our mindfulness or awareness or concentration may not be strong enough to resist that kind of mental state. Sometimes they are too powerful to. So in that case, it will be very difficult to solve this problem. That's why yogis, we are recommended to develop the Asubha Bhavana, the contemplation of form and filthiness of the body, discursiveness of the body. So by contemplating our body parts or anatomical parts, and how they are form and filthy, and we can overcome the lust and desire or greed. The purpose or the reason why we are recommended to develop the Asubha Bhavana. So the fourth guardian meditation is Maranasati meditation, recollection of the one's death. So we need to recollect the true fact of life. So we, being ignorant of the true fact of life, enjoy sensual pleasure. We get indulged in sensual pleasure just because we ignorant of our unavoidable destiny, death. If we recollect, there will be no reason for us to waste our time enjoying sensual pleasure. Suppose, for example, if we know we are going to die tomorrow, then what we are going to do? Definitely we have to do something beneficial. And so recollection of the death is very beneficial. Death is an unavoidable destiny for all of us. So death is certain. So we have to develop recollection of death. Like, death is certain. Death is certain. I have to die one day. Death is an unavoidable destiny. Or you may develop, I'm going to die one day. I'm going to die one day. Something like this. So when we remember this true fact of life, or unavoidable destiny of life, so we will feel inspired to put great effort in meditation practice that can help us liberate out of this cycle of birth and death, or that can help us to the ultimate peacefulness of Nibbana. So this body is mortal, not immortal. So with the mortal body, we practice meditation in exchange of the ultimate peacefulness of Nibbana. So that's the reason why we are recommended to develop Maranatati recollections of the death. So death is certain for everybody, for every one of us. So we should not be ignorant of the true fact of life. So by recollecting this fact, the death, we won't be forgetful. That's the purpose we develop the. So the Buddha said, Apamado Amatam Padam. Apamado and forgetfulness is the foundation for the deathlessness, immortality. Pamado Majuno Padam. So forgetfulness, ignorance is the condition for repeated death. So that's what the Buddha. So if you don't want to get old and die in the end, we have to develop meditation. we have to practice meditation. So if we don't want to die, we have to recollect the death, the true fact of life. Now, Sayadaw has Satura Rekha meditation for Kariya meditation. In conclusion, Sayadaw would like to explain a little bit about the Four Noble Truths. The first of all, the Noble Truth of the suffering, that this mind and the body, or psychophysical phenomena, which are divided into 5 aggregates. They are all simply suffering. The whole universe, all living beings, they are all composed of the mind and the body, mental and physical phenomena, which are continuously, constantly tortured by pain, disasters, and so that's why these psychophysical phenomena, or the mind and the body, which are constantly tortured, old age, sickness, and death, and so on, are considered to be pure suffering, completely suffering. That's what we call the truth of suffering. And the second noble truth is the cause of suffering. That is desire or attachment. So there are several kinds of attachment. Or attachment is divided into or classified into several kinds. 3 kinds of attachment, 6 kinds of attachment, 108 kinds of attachment. So many classifications in the Pali text. Anyhow, these attachments is definitely the cause of suffering. The condition for all kinds of suffering is attachment. And the cessation of suffering is Nibbana, ultimate peacefulness, or Nibbana, or complete freedom from attachment. And the fourth noble truth is the path leading to the complete cessation or attachment, or leading to the ultimate peacefulness or Nibbana. It is the